Good morning for all of the audience and our honorable judges. My name is Calista Lianardi, and first I'm gonna limit my parameters to Indonesian school and university. As we know, scholarship is an award of financial aid for a student to further their education at a private elementary or secondary school or a private or public post-secondary college, university, or other academic institution. Scholarships are awarded based upon various criteria, such as academic merit, diversity and inclusion, athletic skills, financial need, among others. But mostly, we saw scholarship is granted based on academic merits or athletic skills, without knowing the financial background of receiver. As long as they have a good athletic skill such as champion or an academic merit such as first rank in school or first rank in whatever competition they're in, they could granted a scholarship. But I think scholarship should be given to those who financially necessary. They who want to continue their education to college but didn't have enough money, those who want to go to college but instead they working in young age because of bad economic life. They only know basic education and can't continue to pursue their dream to become highly paid profession. There's much of them in Indonesia. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of young women or men in a village who can't get to school because the education's price is very expensive. It makes the uneven distribution of education in Indonesia. Ladies and gentlemen, do you know that there are many cases of inequality in education in Indonesia? And this is caused by many factors, and one of them is financial inadequacy. But how unfortunate they are. Young teenagers who desperately want to go to school but can't afford to pay. While the money that should be able to help them is given to people who excellent in academic but good in terms of finance. It is very not fair, isn't it? So, because of that, I am assert that I agree to this House believes that scholarship should only granted on the basis of financial necessity. School is very needed from many aspects, such as socio-cultural aspect, educational aspect, and even law aspects. By not fulfilling these rights, we indirectly have assured their rights to go to school and get an education. If more and more scholarships are given to people who are good at academics without knowing their background, whether rich or poor, the more inequality in education will occur. Scholarships given to outstanding people should be called prizes, not scholarship. Because scholarship should be given to people who can afford it, who can afford school, but have a passion for higher education. What if there should be children who excel but they can't afford to go to school? They can make the name of any school proud. If scholarships are given to them because they have high learning intention but are poor in finance, they can't make a school's achievements shine. Wouldn't it be unfortunate if children with high learning intention did not get their rights to education just because of financial inequality? Don't you know that there are 4 million Indonesian children who have to be determined every year because they are not financially sufficient? They're not determined by themselves. They determined from school because they don't have enough money to pay more or seek higher education. Those who should be able to become teachers, become doctors, become pilots for their welfare of the country must bury their dreams deep down because they cannot take higher schools. If they get enough education, then they will advance the country's economy and no one will have trouble going to school because of financial aid inadequacy. Can you imagine if those 4 million Indonesian child got a scholarship to continue their education? Maybe they become a pilot, they could become a professor, they could become a doctor, a teacher for more education, for more Indonesian education. So, once again, I really assert that I affirm this house for beliefs that scholarship should only be granted on the basis of financial necessity. Because, first, many children who should be able to excel in school cannot take education because of financial inadequacy. 2. Granting scholarships to capable students just because they are smart is not scholarship aid. It is a gift. Third, Indonesia themselves have a law that set the rules for educational rights. The 1945 Constitution, Articles 31, paragraphs 1 and 2, which reads that every citizen has the right to have education and every country is obliged to attend basic education and the government is obliged to pay for it. Ladies and gentlemen, can't you imagine if we didn't give those 4 million children a nice education? We can't help them because of the scholarship is given to those who excellent in academic, excellent in sport, but their financial background is just fine. They didn't deserve it. It's not a scholarship aid, it's called a prize. Scholarship aid should only be given to those who really need them, to those who really have patience to school. So, based on my arguments above, I am assuring you that affirmation teams deserve to win because there are many aspects. First, we got a law and, of course, and morally, we know that those people, those children needs that education, needs that scholarship aid so they could pursue an education. So I guess that's all of my arguments. Thank you very much for your attention.